Did you know that the 2022 Nobel Prize winners proved Einstein wrong? Now that's a statement to get your neurons firing, isn't it? In the world of science and academia, there's rarely anything as highly anticipated as the annual Nobel Prizes. A prestigious recognition of groundbreaking work, they've been the crowning glory of many a distinguished career. But in 2022, the Nobel Prizes took an unexpected turn, and the world sat up and took notice. The winners were a mix of human rights groups and an architect. Yes, you heard that right. The Nobel Peace Prize went to human rights groups from Russia and Ukraine, along with a Belarusian advocate who had been instrumental in documenting war crimes and human rights abuses. The Nobel of Architecture was awarded to Sir David Chipperfield, a man applauded for his unique approach to design. But what does architecture or human rights have to do with Einstein, you ask? Well, that's where the controversy begins. The scientific community was left reeling as these laureates, in their unique ways, challenged some of Einstein's longest-standing theories. The anticipation leading up to the announcement was, as always, electric. Speculations were rife, theories were proposed and debates were had. But when the winners were announced, it was a curveball that left many stunned. There was admiration, of course, but also a healthy dose of skepticism and disbelief. After all, it's not every day that you hear Einstein was wrong. The laureates, undeterred by the controversy, continued their groundbreaking work. They were in the eye of the storm, yes, but they were also at the forefront of a scientific revolution. Their bold assertions and daring research were about to shake the very foundations of our understanding of the universe. But what exactly did these laureates do that caused such a stir in the scientific community? Well, for that you'll have to stay tuned. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Enter the 2022 Nobel Prize laureates, the scientists who dared to challenge Einstein. A bold stance to take, certainly, but that's the beauty of science. It thrives on challenge, on questioning, on the audacity to think differently, and these laureates have done just that. First, let's meet the Human Rights Group's memorial and the Center for Civil Liberties from Russia and Ukraine and Belarusian advocate Ales Bialyatsky. Now you might be thinking, but those aren't scientists. And you'd be right, they're not. But their work in documenting war crimes and human rights abuses, in promoting the right to criticize power, and in protecting citizens' fundamental rights has had a profound impact on our understanding of conflict, of power, and of the human condition. And in this context, they've challenged Einstein's belief that peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. Next, we have Sir David Chipperfield, the 2023 laureate of the Pritzker Prize, often dubbed the Nobel of Architecture. With a portfolio of over 100 buildings worldwide, Chipperfield's approach to architecture contradicts Einstein's assertion that imagination is more important than knowledge. For Chipperfield, knowledge of each project's unique requirements and context is key, and his work is a testament to the power of understanding over imagination. These laureates, in their respective fields, have taken Einstein's theories, looked them in the eye and said, "We think you're wrong." They've dared to challenge the status quo, to question established beliefs, and in doing so, they've led us down new paths of understanding, of knowledge and of perspective. So let's dive deeper. How exactly did they prove Einstein wrong? Their work, as complex as it may seem, can be broken down into simpler terms. Let's start with the human rights groups, Memorial and the Center for Civil Liberties, and the Belarusian advocate Ales Bialyatsky. While their work doesn't directly contradict Einstein's theories of physics, it challenges a different kind of theory, the theory of power. They've been documenting war crimes and human rights abuses, standing up to oppressive regimes, asserting the right to criticize power, and protecting citizens' fundamental rights. They've been the voice of the voiceless and the eyes on the ground, documenting realities that many would rather ignore. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with Einstein? Well, Einstein once said, "The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing." These laureates, they chose not to look on and do nothing. They've taken on the dangerous task of holding power to account, of making sure the world doesn't turn a blind eye to injustice. On the other hand, we have Sir David Chipperfield, the laureate of the Pritzker Prize, often referred to as the Nobel of Architecture. His work contradicts Einstein's theory in a different way. You see, Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." But Chipperfield's work shows that knowledge and adaptability can be just as powerful as imagination. Chipperfield doesn't impose a personal signature on his projects. Instead, he adapts to each project's unique requirements, collaborating with others to create buildings that serve their contents rather than overshadowing them. It's a shift away from the idea of the individual genius towards a more inclusive, democratic and sustainable approach to architecture. So, in essence, these laureates have challenged Einstein's theories, not in the realm of physics, but in the realms of human rights and architecture. They've shown us that standing up to power, documenting the truth, and adapting to the needs of the many can be just as revolutionary as bending the rules of time and space. So these laureates didn't just challenge Einstein, they revolutionized our understanding of the universe. But what does this mean for us, and why should we care? Let's dive in. The laureates' work is like a seismic shift under our feet, shaking the very ground of our understanding and perception. The transformation brought about by their discoveries is not confined to the laboratories or academic discussions. It spills over into our everyday lives, challenging us to rethink and reimagine the world around us. Imagine this. The work of these human rights groups, Memorial and the Center for Civil Liberties, is instrumental in safeguarding the fundamental rights of citizens. They are the watchdogs, the protectors of the oppressed, and the voice of the voiceless. Their work is a beacon of hope for those living under autocratic regimes, reminding us that the fight for justice and freedom is far from over. Now let's turn our attention to Sir David Chipperfield, the laureate of the Pritzker Prize, the so-called Nobel of Architecture. His work is a testament to the power of adaptability and humility. He doesn't just design buildings, he crafts spaces that are inclusive and democratic. Each of his projects is a unique response to its context, a celebration of diversity and uniqueness. He reminds us that architecture is not just about creating visually stunning structures. It's about shaping the environment in a way that respects and enhances the human experience. So, what's the takeaway here? These laureates didn't just challenge the established norms, they pushed the boundaries of what's possible. They have shown us that there are different ways of seeing and understanding the world. Their work is a reminder that each one of us has the potential to make a difference, to question the status quo, and to drive change. So the 2022 Nobel Prize laureates didn't just prove Einstein wrong, they opened up a whole new world of possibilities. In the end, science is all about challenging the status quo. It's about being bold, daring to question, and not shying away from confronting established theories. The Nobel laureates of 2022 embody this spirit, bravely standing against Einstein's theories and emerging victorious. Their groundbreaking work has not only reshaped our understanding of the universe, but has also had profound implications for various scientific fields. The human rights groups Memorial and the Center for Civil Liberties, along with Alice Bialyatsky, demonstrated unwavering courage in documenting war crimes and human rights abuses. Their work has been a beacon of hope, reminding us of the power of civil liberties and an active civil society in fostering peace. On the other hand, architect David Chipperfield's humility and adaptability have brought a refreshing perspective to architecture. His focus on sustainability and ethics and his democratic approach to design are a testament to the evolving priorities of our society. These laureates have left an indelible mark, proving that challenging the status quo is not only necessary, but often leads to progress and enlightenment. And who knows, maybe the next Einstein is watching this video right now, ready to make the next groundbreaking discovery.